My voice doesn't sound as nearly as gay as I think it does.
No. When you laugh, it sounds a little gay. Hi, guys. Welcome to Industry Sunday. My name is Kennedy Novy.
And I am Jake Lavan, and we are your hosts
Yes.
this evening. Hopefully every
Sunday evening, yeah.
I mean, as long as Sunday stays on the
It's on the calendar, yeah. The Lord's Day.
Right, I'm like,
Oh my
we
gosh.
veto Sundays.
Yeah, seriously. No, so we are here as current and previous industry workers. Sometimes we still kind of work in the industry. We both had jobs in the industry for probably over a decade. So this podcast is for anyone who wants to see behind the swinging doors of the kitchen. They want to see what happens behind the bar, after work, things like that. Or if you're a previous industry worker and you just kind of miss the chaos and want to hear about it.
You want to hear your little dirty, greasy drama.
Yeah.
You know, if you
Not
never left
safe
the
for
industry
work.
and you're like, oh, my life's so boring at my 9 to 5 now. I don't get to, I don't get to sit and talk shit about am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, it's
All right,
our podcast.
I put explicit. I don't know how explicit I'm allowed to get.
You can say whatever you want.
But
no, and well, the funny thing is about going to like a 9 to 5 after industry is you realize how similar 9 to 5 actually is to the industry. Like not as explicitly similar, but
go after the industry.
I feel like drama happens still. Like there's still like workplace hookups. There's still like
Yeah, you're one to talk. You were one hooking up people at the workplace.
Okay, that's enough.
Never mind.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Oh God, now I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, no names.
Yeah,
and we're also going to keep things pretty anonymous, I would say, for the most part, at least to start. Like,
yeah,
we don't really want to mention
trying to
specific
expose
restaurant names. Yeah, we're going to expose it all, but discreetly.
expose it. Yeah, we're exposing, but like,
yeah, we don't want to ruin any business.
It's like who's A?
Yeah,
From
who
like,
is
is that Gossip Girl?
No, that's Pretty Little Liars.
What the fuck?
I've never even seen that show, and I know that.
All right, yeah, I haven't either.
Oh my God. Okay,
oh yeah, but what I was saying, but yeah, no, I mean, the only thing is like now that I have like a normal 9 to 5, like, I just realized like how boring desk jobs are.
No, and the funny part is whenever I go to a restaurant, I like pay attention to what's going on with the employees. Like I see like
You'll never not do that.
No, I'm always gonna look and see like who's like telling gossip in the corner.
I'm like
do
this
these people
server's
get
pissed
along?
off with this fucking 50-year-old Karen that's
Yeah.
complained about her wine not being cold enough for the 6th time, and she wants a cup with ice cubes, and the spoon's too hard for the ice cube cup that she has. like bitch, just fucking pour the ice in the damn cup and drink your wine. Like shut up.
I actually went to a restaurant I used to work at in college. It's like a pizzeria, bar, grill type situation.
Like
Like
our backgrounds.
very big alumni bar. But I was there a couple months ago and no one knew who I was. I was a manager there for like 4 years too. So I was kind of pissed off. Like you don't know who I am.
Is that when you peaked? You're like,
It might
damn,
have
like this
been.
was like all I ever talk about.
Actually,
5 years
I
later.
haven't talked about it in a long time.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, no. The day that I realized I haven't brought up that restaurant in a long time, I was like, am I growing up? The audacity.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I would just say like the drugs and alcohol over the years, I think you just are more forgetful.
Yeah,
I just think you're not remembering things as vividly as you used to.
that might be it. No, but I was there and I remember seeing my server like sitting at the bar watching TikToks and like our food was just coming out. She wasn't like
TikTok
checking
in
on
college?
us.
We did not have TikTok when I was in
No,
college.
but when I was there a couple months
Oh,
ago,
I was
it
like,
was recent. Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
No, that came out like 2020.
My ageism, like I was like, am I aging?
No, I'm not. I was not in college in 2020.
So did you
No,
like
but-
try to drop like I used to work here, like can I have free drinks?
No, I didn't. Well, I went to like the front of the bar when I first got there because we had an old man that used to sit at the end of the bar every day. His name was Tom. Anyone listening to this podcast that worked at this restaurant knows who I'm talking about. He would drink a shot of Jack and like 17 cans of Coors Light every day.
Every single day.
Every day and sit in the
This guy,
same
does
spot.
he have a tab? Is it like 10 grand?
No, he paid I think his tab was like $5 every time, no matter what he got. Yeah, and then he'd tip you an extra $5. So it's like you knew you were getting $5 from Tom. Like you knew it.
I've had those people.
Yeah, but he sadly passed away earlier this year from his heart condition. Yeah, he went to Woodstock. He was a really cool guy. Like he had the
What's
craziest
Woodstock?
stories. You don't know what Woodstock is? It's like the beginning of drugs and alcohol. No, I'm kidding. But it was like a music festival and
Yeah, this is the second time I was talking to my boyfriend
Damn.
and I didn't know what the Alamo was either.
I remember that.
Anyways, that's off topic. This isn't a history page.
That's not even in Austin, Texas. It's in San Antonio.
That's where he lives.
Oh, okay.
Well, his family lives. I don't know.
The Alamo is a great place. You need to go. It's like Living History Farms, but like in an actual...
It looks like a library. I looked up a picture of it.
You need to go see it in person. It's not a library.
Like it looks like a library, like a church cult.
No, the inside of it looks like an old tomb from like Egypt.
I thought you were just gonna say tumor. Like you kind of carried the a little bit too long. Like tumor.
It's my first time listening to myself in a normal conversation, so maybe I'm just expressing my vowels too much.
What are you from the fucking Pacific Northwest?
No, but anyways, back to the story. They put up a little plaque for him at the end of the bar where he used to sit. So that was my first time being there since he's passed away. So I went and I was looking at it, and the manager that was working came up. She's like, "Did you know Tom?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I used to work here, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "My name's Kennedy," and she just kind of stared at me.
You're like, "Okay, Kennedy, what?"
I know. I was like, "Damn."
Are you like his ex-wife? So did they build like a shrine for him or no?
Yeah, there's like a picture of him and everything. It was so cute.
The candles.
I might as well have been his ex-wife. The amount of dirty photos he would show me and like dirty memes. Yeah, he was a dirty old man, but we loved him.
They have like a Hey Arnold shrine. I don't know if people know what Hey Arnold is.
Wait,
but like
wasn't it shrine to like
Angelica?
The girl. Her name is, that's the Rugrats.
Whatever.
Yeah, are you okay?
I don't fucking know. I'm not good with names. Right?
Oh God. Okay, well, yeah, that's where I started serving.
Your intro?
Yeah, I worked at mostly like sports bars, pizzerias, stuff like that. Moved to Chicago, had a sales job for 2 years. After the pandemic, I went back to my sales job. Then I rage quit and I decided to start serving again at another sports bar that was opening up. So I opened a restaurant in Chicago. And then I opened a Greek restaurant earlier this year. Two, yeah, I guess. I mean, barely. I didn't really help with the second one very much, but so then it's more like a fine dining experience. I had to learn how to debone fish and present food to tables a lot more eloquently than I ever had before, but it was great. And now I'm working in events more on like the manager side of things. And I still serve here and there, but we'll see what happens, But I guess it's your turn, Jake.
Once you're stuck, you're stuck. My intro. Well, I've been in the industry 11 years now. It's gonna gross.
How old are you?
27 now.
Oh,
honestly, the other day somebody asked my age and I was like 26.
Do you have health insurance?
And I felt old. I do. I have health insurance.
How many years did you not have health insurance?
Somewhere around 3 or 4.
It's not illegal. I just found out.
So. Well, yeah, no.
I considered not getting health insurance.
Obama was president, I think I had to like pay money because I didn't have health insurance, but it was like still cheaper than me having whatever. We're not talking about health insurance.
Yeah.
Which is something that's very prevalent
in
Illinois.
industry.
I think you're like, if you work, you're offered it, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, most restaurant groups, especially in Chicago, offer health insurance, which is really nice.
It's like required. I think it's like
the required that they offer it.
A legal thing,
probably,
like with the government or something.
Yeah.
Well, I started at this rinky-dink, like very moldy.
That's the best descriptor for any restaurant.
Yeah, like I mean, like we didn't like it was in Minnesota, and it was like 10 minutes outside of our already small town. You know what I'm talking about? The corner place. Started there when I was 16. Everything was
there.
Under the table. I had no idea what I was doing. The cash register was literally like you looked up and it was a piece of paper that it had like the prices and you just like manually entered it like a typewriter.
Did you use kitchen checks like they're meant to be used? Like where you have to...
Yes, I did. I did. I literally...
add up
the thing was I had absolutely dreadful handwriting. So I'd write it and then I'd be like, okay.
You have to redo it later.
And I'd walk over to the side and then I would rewrite it like slowly so that everybody could read it. Still couldn't read it. And I put on this wheel thing and you spun it around. I did that for like 3 months. All the cash was under the table. The place ended up closing. And like, if we had cockroaches in Minnesota, I'm sure they would have been there.
Yeah. But they're not native to Minnesota.
I had no idea what the fuck. That place has been in and out.
I guess we should have said where we're from.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we live in Chicago.
Yeah. We both went to high school in Austin, Minnesota.
We did, yes.
Yes, that's where we met. And then I went to college in Iowa. At University of Iowa.
College in Colorado, in Florida, Minnesota.
Some of you might figure out what places we worked at just based on our descriptions.
I like how there's like only one restaurant in like the town that I worked in.
Yeah, mine might be a little harder. And then, we both moved here. We were roommates for 2 years during the pandemic.
From here, I moved to Colorado, and then I got my first, I would say my first real serving job at Applebee's, where I was a neighborhood expert.
Oh my
neighborhood
God.
expert. Which is like the biggest joke. I worked at the busiest Applebee's in the country in Aurora, Colorado, where on my first day, I witnessed this lady. I was in training. Actually, I was in host training. I had to be a host for a little bit first because they're like, you can't just go into server training. Our servers are all like
they always
super experienced. They've been here forever. They're like, you can't just walk in and step on our territory. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
On the first day, this like lady like cracked up.
Yeah.
Was sitting at the bar, and I was just like watching this interaction, and she's like leaning over to talk to the bartender, and she's like, "Can I have a knife?" And I was like. And I'm watching this from like the front. I'm like,
for what?
I'm like, yeah, he said, for what? And she was like, that man across on the other side of the bar is trying to kill me. Like he wants to kill me. And this man is like reading like a newspaper, like having a glass of beer. It's like 3 p.m. I was like, okay. And watching, and he was like, he looked over at the guy too, and he was like, no, I'm not. Why would I give you that? Like, there's no way that I'm going to give you a knife. The guy's minding his own business.
Gives her a butter knife.
So she's like, can I have a glass of water? Or like a beer or something. It was a glass. And she broke it over the bar. She breaks it over the bar.
She's like, bitch, if you don't give me a knife, I will make my own.
Coming out. She's like, I'm going to kill you. She's like pointing this broken glass at this dude. And the guy's like, who are you? Like, it was so confusing. My general
Imagine
manager,
he pulls out a badge. He's like, ma'am, you're under arrest. Like, they're watching her this whole time.
So, like, my general manager comes out, and she's like this little tiny girl, like this little tiny brunette. But I don't know. I think she grew up in the streets because she came out and fucking manhandled this lady in the middle of the bar, like just onto the ground while the lady's still holding on this broken glass, drags her out. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, it's like as these people walk in and they're like, "Can we have a table for two?" I'm like, "Just a second." Like, I'm watching something. Like, wait, I'm like, let me fill you guys in on what's going on right now.
When that happened, did you like second guess? Like, maybe I shouldn't work at a restaurant.
No, I think that was probably the least eventful day that I had. When
what?
I worked there.
It actually inspired you. You're like,
Crazy
this is my
stuff.
dream job.
Like, I had guests like try to. Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of situations where guests tried to fight employees. Somebody had like hot French onion soup thrown, like, you know, Applebee's like microwaves all their food.
Well, of course, yeah.
So like there was this hot microwave French onion soup, and she's like, "This isn't hot," and like throws it.
I've actually had their French onion soup, and even the bowl is hot. It's impossible to eat.
Yeah.
But it's
they
so
put
good.
it in like
Put
it on like a broiler thing and then fucking fry it.
It's so good.
But yeah, so I was there, and then where did I go from there? Oh,
wasn't it Tampa next?
No.
Colorado, Tampa, Minnesota.
Yeah, and I didn't have a job there. I was just living off of the earth.
I know.
Yeah, I was just
the earth. Quotation
like
marks.
a blackout memory. And then I moved back to Minnesota. Excuse me. And then I got a job at Famous Dave's.
Oh my God. Look at how far you've come. This is funny because none of you know what his other jobs were, but
we're bleeding up to this point.
I'm picturing the other restaurants you worked at in Chicago, and like you started at Applebee's and Famous Dave's. Like that's awesome.
Don't forget the corner place.
The corner place. No.
So I worked there. I was slinging cornbread biscuits, like cornbread muffins, and like we'd always have extra ones, so I'd bring them home. I lived in a dorm at the time, and I'd bring them home to my friends, like a thing of cornbread muffins, or we'd just feed them to my dog. I don't know. But working there, I worked there every Sunday. I worked to open to close.
Oh God.
And we sold like these big platters. Oh my God, it was
double.
Disgusting.
I actually have a funny story about Famous Dave's.
Good, because they have filed bankruptcy like 6 times, and I was like, I don't know how I have a job here.
No,
they tried to get me in the pig costume.
Wait, outside with like the sign?
Yeah. I was like, not on my dead body. I'm like, you guys are going to be short-staffed real quick.
No, one of my first memories of being in a restaurant was back before they like restricted smoking in restaurants. Like you could still smoke.
I used to be a smoker.
No, but I remember my parents and I think we lived in like Florida at the time or something. We went to a
Florida
famous
was like the
Dave's.
last places I think to remove.
Exactly.
inside
That's
smoking.
why. That's why I remember it. So I'm only 25, so it wasn't that long ago. So that's
When
why I
was
remember
that?
it so
Like
vividly. That
2002 or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was like
Probably
8.
like because I was old enough to have like a cognitive
I was like,
memory.
you're gonna say old enough to have a cigarette in a fucking restaurant. I was like, whoa. I was like, this
No.
isn't Wisconsin. Let's chill out.
But
for a
I
sec.
think it was right after because my family's from the Midwest. Like I was born in Des Moines, Iowa. I think we had just moved there, so it was like our first. So I think it had been illegal to smoke in restaurants because we moved from like Texas or
Minnesota was
Colorado.
like one of the first states, I think. Like,
Yeah. So where I was from didn't have that for a long time. So we go to this famous Dave's in Florida and we walk in and we notice signs that said smokers section and non-smokers section. And they didn't have a wall separating them. And I remember vividly, like you could smell the smoke. And my dad.
That's what I'm saying. First of all, there's no smoking and non-smoking section.
I know.
The smoke is gonna go where it wants
Yes,
to go. Have
so-
you ever seen like a fucking house fire?
It's
Like,
funny 'cause I think
there's not just like a thin line that's like, oh no, I can't. The smoke, I can't go here. It's a non-smoking section. Like what?
No, it's funny because I think that my dad, like my first memory of my dad making a joke that I thought was funny was when he was like, that's like saying that there's a non-peeing section and a peeing section in a pool. And I remember thinking that was
That's
funny.
a really good analogy.
I know. And then he was like, we're leaving. So we left the famous Dave's and
It's
didn't
just so
sit down.
dramatic. Like pick my bags up off that chair.
Yeah.
I will not. I refuse to eat at this
Oh,
establishment.
yeah. Or like my mom, if there's
he
no
goes next-
soap in the bathroom, she will bolt out of there. She'll leave her fucking drinks
No
on the
soap?
table. Yeah. She thinks the employees aren't washing their hands if there's no soap in the bathroom. Like if the soap's out.
More times than not, they have an employee bathroom or not. Well, to use the
Exactly.
guest bathroom. I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay, so yeah, famous Dave's. So
Yes.
this is that story. And then I got my first like mediocre, like actually I don't say mediocre, I actually love this place. They're like some of the best people I ever worked with and really like took off my career. I went to like this grand opening of this. I've actually opened up 2 restaurants too now that I think about it.
It's
And
hard.
I worked there for 2.5, 3 years serving and training people in, and I was making like the fucking best money of my life, doing trips, vacations. They treated me really well, and that's where like I really like had like a respect for it,
Yeah.
and realized that like once you do have that like training experience and like people like have a little bit of like faith in you, then you can kind of do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then sadly, that's a lie. There is a place in between. It works for.
Oh, no.
I work for Marriott International
Okay.
at the Kaler Grand Hotel.
Or like in the bar or something. I guess a lot of my restaurants.
I was a union worker. I had paid vacation, sick leave.
Oh, bitch.
I had everything. This was the best thing that's ever. I was like, okay. I was like, but it was all
Were you
based
on
on
a salary or was it just?
no.
Okay.
But I was based off seniority, so like they would ask like the person like, do you want to cut? And then they would just go down. So like if nobody wanted to cut, like I automatically had to close every single day.
Oh, shit.
But I was like, all right, whatever. It was a good job. And I worked
Seniority
there.
sucks until you're the senior.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like until you're like that old like half molten milkshake.
But then you hate
fucking-
your life anyways, so it doesn't fucking matter.
It's like that, just that old server lady. Like, what do you want? Like that.
You
Was
want some more coffee?
like a Mike Wazowski like impression.
Didn't finish your paperwork.
Yeah, like,
I
you
didn't
didn't
finish your paperwork.
But so I worked there, but I don't know. That was kind of it was like a blackout period. Like I don't really remember working there. And then I moved here. I was trying to move out of the industry after I graduated college. I was trying to work for Morgan Stanley in finance.
I know, I remember that.
That was a fun
Fondly.
time. Yeah, and then they wasted all my time. I moved here for no reason and couldn't get a job for 2 months. So I went on, I don't know, whatever that restaurant website job is.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's like for a restaurant job.
I've never used it. I just get asked to work places.
And then I got asked to work for like an actual high-end restaurant.
Yeah, you jumped really far.
I was
really
like,
fast.
whoa. I was
Yeah.
like, I walked in there and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I completely lied about everything. I lied about my age,
Oh, no.
which looking back at it now, that was very illegal for them to ask me how old I was.
Yeah, well, they have to know your birthday, I think, for like, your.
I mean, like once I'm hired and then they like scan my ID or whatever.
Oh, that's
But
true.
they asked me during my interview, like, you look kind of young. Like, how old are you? I was like 22 at the time. I was like 28.
Why did you think 28 was like an ideal
No idea.
number?
And I was like, I better come in with a fucking full beard next
Well, I
time.
guess a
because
lot of those really nice restaurants have like older
like,
career
they're very
servers.
They're career people. So they're like, well, we don't want you wasting your time. You don't know what you're doing. They're like, okay. I had applied at another restaurant at the time. And I
remember this restaurant.
I had just started training. But this job was going to pay me way more fucking money. So I was like, and they like hadn't given me the job yet. So I'm sitting in this interview, and this was the cockiest thing I think I've ever done in my entire life.
Did you get turned down by a restaurant in Chicago? BL.
Did I?
The initials are BL.
BL. Oh yeah, I did. I was kind of desperate, and I did walk into a place.
Yeah, and you got turned down.
I like walked in. They're like, "Can you fill out a resume online?" I was like, "I'm here in fucking person. Like, just interview me. I just need a job. How am I gonna pay for my lease?" But no. So I like was sitting in this interview, and I was meeting with general manager, and I was like, "Listen, you expedite my training because I was about to like start fucking stealing." Purses or something up the street to pay my rent.
Sit outside with a cardboard box.
Literally, I was like about to sell my body, and I was like, "Hey, let's just. I know I already have the job. You expedite my training. You tell me I have the job right now. I will go to my other job that I'm working, and I will tell them that I can no longer be here and I can start tomorrow." She's like, "So you think you have a job?" I'm like, "I know I have a job." She was like, "Well, this is different. I've never had somebody do this before." And I was like, "Please just give me a job." She's like, "Okay, you're hired."
Oh my God.
So I went and left, and I told them, I was like, "Hey, I got a job at this place." And then they were like, "Where is it?" And I was like scared to tell them at first. And I told them, and they're like, "Yeah, take the job." So I worked there for a couple years. And then I met some really great people, and I had accessibility work for very, very high-end dining.
Yeah. You served like celebrities and shit.
Yeah, a lot. Like, I mean, like Ariana Grande. I remember when The Weeknd and Selena Gomez came in when they were still dating.
I forgot that they did.
Oh my God. The Weeknd. He's something else.
Ever since the Super Bowl show, I'm like not a fan of him.
I don't want to if you guys like, for people that like haven't taken care of celebrities, I don't want to ruin your impression of these people. Like, after like seeing their restaurant etiquette, that's for a different day. But
yeah,
that's
a different episode.
It's very, that's out there.
No, one of my favorite TikTok trends of the past year is like, there was one trend where service workers, like I'm talking like hotels, gas stations, beauty salons, nail salons, restaurants, all of them are like bringing up like celebrities that have been in there and like rating them on a scale of 1 to 10 on how they work.
I mean, I wish,
and
I
it's
could.
one of my favorites. Yeah.
I mean, maybe now that I'm out of the industry, I probably could. I just hope I don't ever have to get a job back with them.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, like cross my finger. Hey guys,
you never know. When I was in sales
like
for 2 years, I never knew I'd be back.
What's the meme? Like, hey, what y'all doing? It's gonna be me walking in there, and be like, Jake, no. Like after what you said,
you're done. Yeah,
you're done.
Celebrities run and hide when they see you.
Literally. I mean, the Justin Bieber, like Chance the Rapper, like whole scandal thing that happened on Twitter. That was my restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that I was working with. And then I ended up opening up one of like the most anticipated high-end restaurant in Chicago like ever. It was such a huge,
I remember that. That was a lot of fun.
$multi-million-dollar expansion.
I got to eat at it for my birthday like a month after it opened.
Yeah.
Not even. Like it was like 2 weeks open.
And then I left that during COVID. I went back to my first job in Chicago, and then
the people you lied to about your age.
Yeah, all came full circle.
I love it.
Worked my little Monday through Thursday.
You and I worked a couple like blocks away after you started there again. Both of our restaurants were in the West Loop.
We did, literally a block away. And then I just recently left the industry. Technically, I now work for a company called Heads Up. It's a tech company, but we sell like basically like an AI system that basically takes your invoicing and puts it onto like a web in the Chicago area and price match. It's almost like a price match guarantee type thing that you deal with like, I'd say like Walmart or Target, to make sure that your suppliers and distributors are giving you the best price, which is, I mean, it's a really cool thing, just kind of moving into the market now, but
well, it's AI, isn't it? Like AI is like all the rage right now.
Yeah. So like I mean, that's like this is the new generation.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, like, you know, knowing restaurants that they're archaic systems.
Yeah.
And like basically this is just being like, hey, like we don't want you to have to take your word by a supplier. Like we want these people to compete. So I mean, moving into the market, I mean, it's something that I can like finally give back to these people that have given so much to me. So I mean, that's been in that for a couple months, and then that's period. That's the story. That's the end. This is drop off. That's it for now. To be continued.
Yeah, let's see what happens next. No, I think it'd be cool to actually do an episode on AI technology and what it would do in restaurants, maybe. Because I was having a conversation with someone a couple weeks ago about like what it's gonna eventually do to everything. Because like you can literally,
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. So how it's going to affect like businesses and restaurants, and maybe we'll see AI and like helping you order your meal.
If you're a restaurant out there, I am their growth salesperson.
He's available.
In Chicago. I'm available. You guys get more than welcome.
If anyone wants to plan a business dinner or an event, I'm also available.
You want to save money? This is 411.
He's like Geico for invoicing food.
Yeah, I'm like basically this is like an insurance policy that you guys aren't getting screwed over.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So is this podcast.
30 years if they've been your best friend and that's a supply. Like, you know, these people have to make a living too. So, but yeah. Anyways.
Well, I guess we could talk about quickly before we end the episode.
Wait, well, how long have we been talking?
I don't even know. I guess we'll find out later.
David, how long have we been talking? This is our producer. He is very helpful.
Look it up.
Hear him in the background.
You're almost at a half hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We have plenty of time.
Yeah.
I was thinking like 45 minutes. That's great. Okay. So I wanted to kind of discuss like the things we're going to talk about, the kind of people we're going to interview, the stories we're going to tell, and we're also going to play some games. Every podcast I've ever listened to has like really fun games at the end of them. So I really wanted to incorporate that in ours.
She's like a
we'll
podcast
introduce
aficionado. I'm like,
Yes.
I
Jake's listened to like one podcast his entire life.
the voice in my head is my own podcast. I hear plenty throughout the day. I don't need somebody else talking to me.
The voices, plural.
I actually just saw an ad for. Do you remember the movie Split with the guy that has like
I haven't seen it
24
though.
personalities?
Well, I think isn't it based off of like Glass and like, oh wait, no, Glass is based off of Split.
But
Split is about the
I don't know.
multi-person.
I didn't know there was like a. I thought it was like its own.
No,
movie.
I think they made like M. Night Shyamalan made like another movie that has all three of his villains from his like Psycho.
I think I'm just starting to
movies.
realize that like the guy was just like aging. I don't know if he was even that crazy.
What? It's Alzheimer's.
Like
It's
yeah,
early
like I'm
onset.
like not like I'm like there's I don't know maybe
No, he had
just-
like 30 personalities. One was like a little boy.
maybe
Maybe he was
just
bored.
depressed. He's a little depressed and it hits people a little bit differently.
I mean, if you work in a restaurant, you have multiple personalities. So I guess that kind of counts.
Period.
Okay, so I think like the kind of people we're going to interview people from all over the industry. We're going to interview people that work in
all over the industry.
Yeah, that work
everywhere in the
like
industry.
that have
It
had
don't
every
matter-
job.
It doesn't matter what kind of service you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like
But we're going to interview people that worked in fine dining, that have worked in bars, that have worked in clubs, strip
You know, it'd
clubs,
be
like
great if we-
everything.
what's that place in Wicker Park that we always go to? I mean, we used to go to like that's like open till 5 a.m.
Oh, Estelle's.
Well, I wasn't gonna say it, but
Well, now this is an
you-
advertisement for Estelle's.
could you the shit that they've
Everyone that
seen,
lives in Chicago knows the
I
5
want to
a.m.
know
bars.
what they've seen.
They've probably, oh my God, we should actually talk to them.
Like, I would pay
But we're going to bring on anybody and everybody because we want to really get into it.
back
And
of house people like
Yeah.
wine. I mean, like shit. You know what? The person that
Managers.
probably sees the most. If I could interview a dishwasher,
that would be great. The things that they probably see.
the thing is, just like I don't mean this in like a bad way, but like. Because I really was always attached to the dishwashers. They always liked me.
I do like that. I
They were
love
always
it.
so
I
nice to
love
me.
the.
It was just sometimes they would disappear, and like I had.
Where do they go?
I would actually like get to know them. So then I would go out of my way to like ask management. And they're like, "We're not allowed to tell you." I'm like, "I know you can't tell me." But like, I would make up some lie. They would end
Yeah.
up telling me they're like, "Well, they had to leave," and I was like, "Why did they have to leave?" They're like, "Well, they can't be in the workforce as of right now." They're like, "Well, if they're ever allowed to work in the workforce again, we would hire them." And I'm like, "Okay."
They're always great. Or like polishers. Go back and
Oh
help
my
them all the
god, I
time.
had the best polishers ever.
Yeah, they're always
I
so
was
funny.
tipping them out. No,
Yeah.
tipping.
And I love hearing them talk about like people they see in the restaurant too. Like the
Their
way they
interpre-
describe people is
their
so funny.
interpretation of like compared to our interpretation, like it's so different.
It's so different.
Like they like think like they're like, oh my god, those people are so cool, and I'm like over here like those are the most pretentious, like douchey, gross, like they're drinking the ranch out of like a cup type people,
Oh my
and they're
God.
like,
I'm just thinking of more stories I can tell in the future. Like everything you say. It's like my head is going.
I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, we want to interview literally everyone. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I mean, we could probably tell you a bunch of stories, just us two, from our experience. But we know that like there's more experienced people
so
out
much.
there, Yeah, and we want to hear from them. And we also want to hear from you guys, like anyone who listens. We want to have you guys submit any stories of when you've dined or when you've
you don't even have to be in the industry. You can tell us your most horrific stories.
Yes.
I will gladly
read them.
I mean, I don't care how dirty or filthy or gross it is.
Yes, anything. We live in
breaking
slander.
into a restaurant.
Yes. No, and we're also gonna do things where we're gonna ask you guys to present us with stuff, like maybe ask you guys to help us compare certain celebrity chefs, or maybe like different like trends that we've seen in restaurants since COVID, because I know that's gonna be a lot of things.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, we can talk about. But yeah, I think besides that, we're just gonna let it roll and see what happens and have fun.
Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of our little introduction.
Yes. Should we do our first game to end the episode? Are you ready? Do you have yours out?
Mine's kind of long.
You can start because I'm like narrowing mine down to like 3 right now. So you start. So the game is we're gonna basically read Yelp reviews and like rate them 1 out of 10 and like decide if we agree with the Yelper or if we agree with the restaurant.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it through. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this Yelp.
Jake used Reddit, so he found some really good ones.
Okay. No, actually, I ended up changing it. Right. We should have a Dropbox so people can see these.
Yeah, we can do that.
So
we'll probably put them on our Instagram too when that goes live.
It's a 4-star review, by the way, so it's not a bad review.
Oh, okay, it's a good review.
But it all comes full circle. So here we go. Surprising in many ways, a dinner at blank is an unforgettable experience not to be missed. It's a beautiful restaurant. The food is fantastic, and you'll be thinking about it long after the meal is over. We started with the date and almond naan, which was sweet and delicious. The butter chicken, known in whatever, I'm skipping that, I don't know how to pronounce that, was tender, moist pieces of dark meat chicken smothered in delicious sauce and tomatoes, honey, cardamom, and what I'm assuming was a pound of laxatives. Now, this is just the beginning. There is like 7 bullet points. The three greens. I don't know how to say that. It's Indian food. I don't know much about Indian food. Was wonderful and not loaded with buttercream. Just fresh and delicious kale, spinach, and mustard greens. Hearty, bold, and certainly capable of demolishing even the stiffest constipation. This person was going through it, but I'm sure they did this on the toilet. Like, this is the review I'm getting. He said, white dude working the tandoors. You go, sir. The tandoori prawns were cooked beautifully, seasoned to perfection, and tore through me with the awesome fury of the horsemen of the apocalypse. Bravo.
Yeah.
Are you listening to this? You're completely ignoring me. The duck, a special not on the menu, I would say, is not worth it. It's 2 cups of rice and a duck thigh, and we were surprised to discover later that it cost $28.
What's a duck thigh?
A duck thigh?
Yeah, I didn't know that was like a common food item.
I mean, what animal doesn't have a thigh? I mean, besides a fish.
I know. But I don't even eat chicken thighs, I guess.
Okay, well, they're both poultry. They both have thighs.
They walk around.
I mean, like, honest, a frog has a thigh. What do you mean?
I feel like ducks walk less than chickens, though. So it's probably not a very meaty thigh.
They swim all the time. They're
right.
They're probably meaty as fuck.
They're probably way meatier than the chicken.
Yeah,
okay,
anyways,
keep going.
Dark meat. Okay, it was 2 cups of rice and a 2 cups of rice and a duck thigh, and we were surprised to discover later that it cost $28. My wife thought it was going to be around $8 per duck.
What?
Have you
ever had a Peking
fucking
duck?
for real?
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
There's okay, $8.
It's not like we're out here killing ducks en masse.
I'm like I went to a place, I will never forget this. It's actually kind of cool. When I ordered the duck, and I didn't realize it's a whole duck, including the head and eyes.
Oh my gosh. Duck is actually really good, but it's not good enough for
they were like telling me
to get it frequently.
You can eat the whole duck.
Well, you have to use the skin too. Like when you get Peking duck, you use the skin as a tortilla.
Yeah, it's like because it's thick.
Yeah, and it's good. It's like crispy.
It was just looking at me. I was like, I don't.
Sorry to all the vegans listening. We did not mean to go this far into duck terminology.
Okay. Anyways, I thought it was going to be around $8. Excuse me. My sense of remorse doubled this morning as it ripped its way out of me in a raging, fiery whirlwind of poopy terror.
Oh my! They wrote this on Yelp.
Oh yeah. I'm like, it kind of sounds.
The beginning.
It almost sounds like a fan fiction. Like these people were like
It's like a romance novel.
Yeah, like, well, you ever, maybe not. Have you ever had people like message you about like, oh, I want to smell your farts?
No, I've never.
This is kind of like
That's something that happens to you a lot. It has actually never happened to me, which is kind of upsetting. It's like, what am I doing wrong?
I'm not quite sure, but this is kind of like taking that kind of like turn.
Yeah.
The meal was delectable, exotic, and incinerated everything in my intestines. My morning was unforgettable. It was an unforgettable thrill ride. This is the next morning.
The next morning.
So this isn't like they didn't eat that this
He's
morning.
thought this through.
This is like they had dinner the night before, and then it's like my morning is an unforgettable thrill ride.
Oh God.
I'm just like picturing this man sitting on the toilet, like grabbing like both sides of the wall,
completely naked,
like me and girls. And then it says
food poisoning is serious, you guys. We do not condone.
And speaking of food poisoning, I was in Austin, Texas, and I spent my New Year's not out at a bar. I spent it in the Airbnb, and I'm not going to like this story does not sound too unfamiliar. So then he says, the exotic flavors and aromas of India came flooding back to me as I literally peed out of my butt.
It's not exotic flavors and aromas.
The flavors are melting on my tongue. 4 stars for their truly delicious food and unimpeachable service. -1 star for expensive. This is about the duck. This is about the expensive duck. That's the only reason it didn't get 5 stars. And for turning me into a human flamethrower. Period. That is my Yelp review. Not bad. The one below it says, "Don't go here. The hot dogs smell like farts. The restroom is not fit for Christian butt cheeks."
The same restaurant? Oh, it's a different.
I'm not sure.
Christian butt cheeks?
I didn't know that was a thing.
No.
Can you like just label parts of yourself religious?
I don't know. I guess as a whole, they'd be holy.
Like my left,
holy Christian.
Yeah. This guy was probably one big hole after this dinner he had.
I like that. What do you think of that? Do you think it's the restaurant's fault or his fault?
No, he gave it 4 stars. I mean, honestly,
I think it might be a combo.
He might be allergic to something.
Yeah, like that seems really aggressive.
Why
did he give it 4 stars?
He sounds like he's Irish, to be honest, because
maybe he just can't. It might just be the spice.
Like,
too.
Just stick to plain meat and potatoes.
Yeah, because it could just be the spice.
He just can't handle it. But it seems like he really has an appreciation for it.
Yeah.
His body, on the other hand, does not.
Maybe it was his first time trying Indian food. He's like,
I'm telling you,
not everyone can do it.
I'm built like that.
Yeah, me too.
I have no appreciation for my body. I love to eat.
That's probably why you have such a high, immune
system.
Sorry, I'm halfway through a glass of wine, so I'm starting to misspell my words.
I thought you were going to say high blood pressure because I do have high blood pressure. Stage 2 hypertension.
I'm not surprised.
And I swear I'm not a big guy. That makes me sound like I'm a big guy.
I mean,
I'm not small.
Define big guy.
There's a couple. That's not.
Okay.
Okay, guys, what's yours?
Okay, I'm gonna go with this one because I thought it was funny. You went the restaurant route. I'm gonna go more of like a club bar route. This is a bar or a club in Los Angeles that had a Yelp or Reddit review about them. It's 1 star. The review is actually from 2013, so this is like pre-COVID. This was a long time ago.
2013.
And also,
I didn't breathe into the mic like that.
Yeah, what was that? You like grunted.
Can we edit that out?
No, David. No, he won't edit it out.
David, edit that out. Thank you.
Okay, so it says, if I could give a 0.5 star, I would. I love dive bars, but this place has a terrible vibe. The bouncers are worthless human beings who pat down everyone and deny me entry for absolutely no reason after I've been stopping by a few times a month and live across the street. This place has zero respect for its patrons and should just go away quickly. First of all, if he lives across the street and he's been there a bunch of times, why didn't they let him in? I feel like he did something bad there.
First of all. That just sounds like a normal club in a big city.
It says it's a dive bar. I thought it was a club, but it's a dive bar. Oh. And also, why is there a bouncer at a dive bar? It's kind of like a new thing. Maybe it's an old thing.
Is it though?
It's also LA, so that's probably why.
Okay, yeah, a dive bar
in LA. Yeah, I guess they all have bouncers. Pat down everyone. I wonder why he was denied for entry. I want to know. I want to speak to this man.
Yeah, he probably blacked out and did something, and he's like, you know what? I don't remember it, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, and then like the one time they pat him down.
I've had people come in and be like, sorry, I don't remember what happened this time. Like, you don't?
Why did you come back here?
You tried punching me in the face.
Okay, the last part says, don't be fooled by the cool shit on the walls or a line on the weekends. Oh, and one time around 6 p.m.
Okay, wait. If this is a dive bar, I guarantee there's not a line.
No, I mean, have you seen like Division Street in Chicago? Like in December, like those bars, like Butch McGuire's and Shenanigans and
I wouldn't say those
they
are-
have huge lines down the
not
street,
really
and they're like dive
dive
bars.
bars.
Yes, they are.
A dive bar is like
They have cool shit on the walls, and it's like a wood furniture,
gotta
and
look
that's
up
a dive bar.
formal definition of a dive bar.
Well, I guess there's a couple other divier bars, but
Dive bar. I'm thinking like Richards. It's a dive bar where you like walk out smelling like smoke.
yeah. But I think that there's like there's a wide definition for dive bar. I feel like there's different types of dive bars.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, let me finish. This is the best part. This is my favorite part. Don't be fooled by the cool shit on the walls or a line on the weekends. Oh, and one time around 6 p.m., a rat was running around the main bar and someone killed it with a bar stool,
Wait. No.
resulting in blood all over the floor,
Oh my god.
which wasn't even properly cleaned up. This place sucks.
Wait. Can I tell you this?
Why did he lead the review with something so minuscule and then he ends it with this?
Okay.
A rat murder?
You can't tell me that doesn't sound familiar to a place that has since moved locations.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this up, Mike. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that happened there.
I mean, between the roaches and the rat.
Is that why that's why they had to move.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the tea. I wish you guys could know. But for legal reasons, we cannot say.
I am not trying to ruin something.
No, we're not trying to ruin our restaurant.
Here's the thing. I kept going to the place. I didn't mind. I loved
who
it.
cares? Well, they moved locations. The rat is gone.
There was not just one. That's okay.
It was like a family, like Ratatouille,
I
when they
would say
fall out
like
of the
an
attic.
extended family.
The aunts and uncles and the
You
grandmothers.
just hear something distant. Like, is that Mariah Carey? No, just a rat.
I've been in their basement
Little
too. I've never
whistle
seen
tone.
any. Oh, that's so scary.
a little
Okay.
whistle tone.
Well, the funniest part about this, I thought, because I found this on Tumblr, was the excerpt written about this review says, "Are you just mad because the bouncers let the rat in and not you? It's okay. Sit down, pet seat. Talk to us about how that made you feel." I got this from Bad Yelp reviews on Tumblr. At Bad Yelp.
Was that the
on Tumblr.
owner that said that back to them?
No, it seems like the account that posted it said it. It's just
No, like
a
the account
quote.
posted it, but like there was a response.
There was no response.
I thought-
no, that's
the
because I got it on
account.
Tumblr. So the person who the Bad Yelp review account on Tumblr posted
So
a
there
little
was like
response.
no official response from the restaurant. 'Cause
No.
I love it. Honestly, you'll see somewhere like
Some that the owner?
restaurants. The owners are like, actually, let me just tell you what the real story is.
Yeah,
because
no, I feel
you
like
are
it's-
too arrogant and ignorant to actually understand why you were kicked out, and I have it all on
Especially,
tape.
like, for some reason, sandwich shops, Italian restaurants, and like the occasional
God,
Greek
my coworker
restaurant will
did.
have like an owner that responds. Like, it's so funny.
My coworker was going to get a sandwich the other day, and some guy, some old dude, was like threatening to shoot her because
What?
I don't know. Like,
At
it was
like in a Subway?
an old Italian. I don't know. Some old Italian person.
Oh my
They're
gosh,
feisty.
they really are. Okay, well, I think that's it
Yeah,
for us.
I think this is.
I feel good about it.
Wrapping up for our first.
Yeah, we
episode.
we didn't even mean to record an episode tonight. It just kind of happened because we were like doing a sound check with all of our fancy new equipment.
And I did not want to reset it.
No, we were gonna take a video of it too, but I'm dressed very nice and Jake is dressed like
Here's the thing.
a Colorado homeless man. It's fine.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
A Denver downtown homeless man.
I have a story about that, but that's for another time.
That's another time. Yeah, we gotta end it here. We're gonna lose the audience.
Thank you guys for this is us. This is Industry Sunday.
Yeah,
And,
get ready for more of this.
No, this is just the beginning.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the tip of the iceberg. Like the Titanic.
yeah.
The Titanic didn't know it was coming, and you're not gonna know
That
it's
only
coming
sank
either.
in like 35 minutes, so we have to have a longer shelf life than the
It's only
Titanic.
35 minutes.
Yeah, I just listened to a podcast about
they
it,
They played
actually.
out that scene for a long.
I know that's like at least 40 minutes of the movie. Who knows? They
I
jump
don't even
timelines.
think I've seen the
They
whole
jump
movie.
between stories.
It's like two different boat accidents. It's not even the same boat accident. Is that a snort?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
right.
You heard one. All
Okay.
right. Well, thank you guys. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Yeah,
We'll
have a good
see
Sunday.
you-
Go
Go get drunk
I don't know
with
if you're
some
getting
restaurant
ready or
workers.
whatever.
Yeah, you're probably getting ready for the club.
Make the worst decision. Have a shot of Rumplemans.
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, make out with a bouncer.
Fernet.
Yeah. End up at Estelle's. That's our favorite bar.
End up with your line cook, or line cook
Yep.
end up with your host.
Yep.
I mean,
Stay away from the bartenders.
The last time I was a serving assistant, but close enough.
Yes.
No, yeah, you stay away from you're one to talk about the bartenders.
Oh, I'm done. I got a boyfriend now. I'm locked down.
Yeah, one of them was a bartender at the place you work, so. Anyway.
Okay, we're going to end it
Hi,
here before
David.
taking room. All right, bye guys. We'll see you next
Bye.
Sunday.
Happy Industry Sunday.